What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade, basketball analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to talk about a popular topic today that I've been hearing for the last week, especially in this Denver series where LeBron isn't playing his best basketball. Not that long ago, a lot of people were saying Kawhi Leonard was the best player in the NBA, especially because how he started against Dallas and how he started against Denver. And they also had a 3-1 lead over Denver at one point before losing three straight. Now people are saying if the Los Angeles Lakers make it to the NBA Finals, will Anthony Davis be the final MVP over LeBron? And I thought that was an interesting thing, so I wanted to touch on that today and just tell you my 2 cents, my analysis on that particular topic. And when you look at the numbers, Anthony Davis has done some things better than LeBron, averaging more points. He should be averaging more rebounds because he played that power forward center position, the blocks, the efficiency, the free throw shooting. So it numbers wise, his numbers are on par or close enough to LeBron James. And you should expect that. Anthony Davis is younger. I will argue that he's hungrier, even though LeBron is trying to surpass Jordan. LeBron is trying to add another championship to his collection to give him his fourth. And not only that, if you're a Laker, majority of basically all the big name for people that went to LA has won a title. The Jerry Wests and the Magics and the Kareems and the Shaqs and the Kobe's, the Paul Gasols. Only person besides Elgin Baylor who didn't win because he didn't play the full season. So LeBron has that chance, and a lot of people feel that they're going to do it mainly because at the end of the day, they got to go against Denver, Miami, or Boston, which none of those teams really posed as much of a threat in our minds as the Los Angeles Clippers. But you got to give Anthony Davis his credit. He has lived up to the hype. I feel like if Anthony Davis wanted to get traded to LA because he wanted to win, and that was his whole mentality. I want to win. I want to win. Whatever team helped me win. Plus, you gave up so much young talent to acquire Anthony Davis. He had to eventually. I don't believe he had to win it this year, but he had to eventually win the title in LA to validate his trade request. And I feel the same way about Giannis. You can't just join up with a team and not win a title. You're joining up and leaving your team so that way you can, and you hope that that's the reason why I have a better chance of winning the title. And even though some people had the Lakers as the favorites, some people had the Clippers at that time as the favorites to come out, and the Bucks, who are all eliminated besides the Lakers, they have pretty much a great way to get there, and they have a chance to go up 3-0, I believe, today, and put a stranglehold on the series and be one game away from eliminated in the Denver Nuggets already. And the season the series just started, but he has lived up, hitting a game winner, dominant against Portland, absolutely fantastic against the Rockets. Some people thought that the Rockets would get Anthony Davis trouble because of their speed, because of their mobility, and because of their three-point shooting, getting them out of the paint. The Lakers absolutely dominated the Houston Rockets 4 straight games. They lost game one, and after that, they pretty much had them figured out, and they put them out in 5. They had a scare in one of the games, but even then, it was basically winning that whole game, and they just had to put the finishing touches on it. Got a little comfortable, got a little complacent, but they still won the game, and that's what you want to do at the end of the day. And LeBron is the perfect complementary player. Anthony Davis has not played with a player that is better than LeBron. And that's something that we all will agree on because he only played in New Orleans and they only can put the best talent they can acquire around him. While the Lakers have got plenty of free agents, plenty of trades to get superstars in. New Orleans don't really have that luxury outside of drafting them, and they don't really sign any big name free agents where the Lakers can, which makes sense why Anthony Davis would want to be in LA, not just because of the weather, but you get to play with one of the greatest players ever and a guy that was second in MVP voting. And even though Anthony Davis has his own argument, I'm all NBA first team, I'm all defensive team, and LeBron did lead the NBA in assists, and he showed that him and Anthony Davis are very compatible and they can play well off of each other and they complement each other very well. And the fact that Anthony Davis can run, he can stretch the floor a little bit, not the greatest three-point shooter, but if you give him the space and you give him the time, you can knock him down. Great mid-range scorer, great ability to put the ball on the floor, good roll man, can catch and shoot, can dunk, can finish pretty well because he's so long and lanky and very mobile. And if you do foul him, you can knock down those free throws, which is essential to today's game because you want to put as many shooters out there as you can, but you also want to be able to finish around the basket. And if you can't finish, you get fouled. You want guys that can knock down free throws. And that's something that Anthony Davis has been able to do all of the above on. So LeBron has always been a guy that likes to get the space so he can get to the basket. He likes having those threats in the corner and at the top of the key when he can kick out, but he also like having that guy that can space in the center position in the power forward position so he can have even more room to get to the basket. And even though LeBron finished second in MVP vote, and I had Anthony Davis third. I felt like AD had got off to a decent start. LeBron pretty much was steady throughout the whole year, and I feel like that's what really got AD. AD was getting compatible. He was getting more confidence. He was figuring things out, while LeBron already knew how everything was going to be, and he played like that from the start. And even though I feel like AD deserved a little bit more credit, because if you're feeling that he's Defensive Player of the Year, you're feeling like he's the highest, the only player to outscore LeBron on his team. Throughout all these years, nobody has scored more points than LeBron besides AD. People are now saying that Anthony Davis is the best teammate that LeBron has ever played with. You look at the Dwayne Wades, who was in his prime when he decided to play with LeBron, the Chris Bosh, the Kyrie, the Kevin Loves of the world, and everybody feel like Andy is not only the more compatible, he's also the best player that LeBron has ever played with. So that shows you how much respect Anthony Davis is continuing to get as this run has, showcased how great he is. And I had Anthony Davis in my top seven, top five, even before he was with LeBron. And he has validated that he is one of the top five players in the NBA. And I feel like one of the best reasons why Anthony Davis going to LA made sense. He's now being able to showcase it on the biggest stage. Not only is he already in the Western Conference Finals for the first time in his career, but people was able to pay attention to him. People was watching him because Anthony Davis went to LA. That's one of the hottest places. That's where one of the biggest market, if not the biggest market in the whole NBA outside of New York. And he went there and he delivered, being all NBA first team and a defensive player, all-star and everything, but also the number one record in the entire NBA. Not only that, they almost won 2 games away from being in the NBA Finals. So Anthony Davis wanted to leave. He wanted to prove that he can be a great piece. He wanted to prove that they can't put the talent that I need around me to get my goal accomplished, which was winning a championship. And if they win it this year, he made the right decision. He talked the talk. He walked the walk. Um, and he pretty much was consistent throughout the whole playoffs and just dominant. And even though LeBron gets more credit because he's LeBron James and he is still one of the best players in the world in his own right, um, you have to give credit to AD. And I feel like the people are starting to notice that this guy is real. This guy is dominant. This guy is absolutely one of the best players that we have in the game. And he's been proving that, in my personal opinion, in New Orleans. But when you're winning, it's more glorified, it's more magnified, and you get more respect when you're doing it consistently. This was the number one team in the West the whole entire year, and they ended with that record still in the West, even with throughout the seeding games. Not only that, he didn't whine, he didn't complain, and he was dominant, even in the playoffs. So he never really gave the people a reason to criticize him. He never gave the people a reason to turn on him, and he has been pretty even keel, even through media throughout the whole season. So Anthony Davis got the Lakers fan happy. He got them excited, and they feel like they got something special. They are going to have to lock him up this offseason to a long-term deal. It looks like him and LeBron James got a lot left in the tank. I do think they're going to have to continue to retool this roster as they continue to try to win championships with both of them under contract. And I feel like this has given Anthony Davis, I feel like the Celtics could have gave him a great chance to win the title, as they were also in the Eastern Conference Finals already too. And I think that would have been a good team for him to go to also. But he made the decision. He felt like this was the best chance for him to win one. This is where he wanted to be. And I'm here to tell you that Anthony Davis has proved that decision right, even if they don't win the title, even though I think they will at this point. Um, if no injuries or anything happen, Anthony Davis looked like a genius, at least for this first season. But it's all about championship or bust. As you compete in this, you have a legitimate shot at winning a title. And his first year in LA has proved those things so far. And I feel like at this point, they're so hungry and they're so close and they have the veterans. I don't know if they're going to allow themselves not to complete this trip without a championship. They have been very disciplined. They have been very smart. LeBron is actually out there playing defense. He's actually blocking shots again. He actually chasing down again. He feels reinvigorated. He feels rejuvenated, and confidence is through the roof. He's pulling from three. He's hitting mid ranges, and his game is just looking well, and that's why he was second MVP. So they have a lot left in the tank. I can see this team being great for another 2 to 3 years if they can put the right pieces around them to really fit and continue to be able to compete with the other teams that are trying to make, surpass them in the Western Conference and the East. If somebody see you win a title, their goal is to build a roster that can beat you, so that way they can win it the next year. And we're going to see how Pelinka going to put this roster together for the next couple years. He did a good job scavenging for the pieces that he can accumulate, getting guys like Danny Green and Dwight Howard and Rondo back and Paul Pope back, and keeping a guy like Kyle Kuzma, but also, getting Frank Vogel, who has got everybody playing the best defense of their career in a while. Because they got a lot of veterans, but none of them was playing as well as they are now. Rondo don't even seem the same right now in the playoffs. I know he has always been playoff Rondo, but he's even trying even harder on defenses, which we haven't even seen in years. And like I said, LeBron is one of them. Kuzma actually playing solid defensively. And that's something I thought I would never say, and it's reality. So you do have to give credit to the coaching staff, and you do have to give credit to the team for buying in, wanting to play together, all are trying to accomplish the same goal, and not using excuses and not flopping. And you have to give them credit for that too. And this is hard to say because I'm a Celtics fan, but I do got to give them credit and respect when it's due, because that's what it's all about, being an analyst. But that's all I got to say. Do you think Anthony Davis is better than LeBron? Do you think he'd be better next year? Or do you think that he's already at that level? He just hasn't surpassed him yet? Or do you think that Anthony Davis can be the finals MVP? Can he be dominant? Teams like Miami and teams like Boston are small, especially when it comes to the center. I like Bam, but he plays power forward. He can play center, but can he contain AD? Boston gave up 30 a game to Embiid. Anthony Davis is better than Embiid because he can shoot better and he's more faster. That could be a problem, and that can also increase his chances of being Finals MVP because of those matchups. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Check out my older videos. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. So if you like this video, you want to check out more, I have breakdowns, I have hot topics, free agency, trade deadline, playoff predictions, NBA draft coverage, season previews, also top 10 discussions and discussions in general. So if you like basketball, you need that daily fix each and every day, this is the channel for you, I promise you. Also, check out my website, analysisplayground.com, link in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com, link in the description, comment section below. Not only that, you can buy merchandise on my Spreadshirt. You can also buy merchandise from my Facebook page. I have hats, I have t-shirts, they all on display. Click what you want, click the logo. You can change the color of the hat, change the color of the logo to any color that you want. I can get it made for you, and I can also change the color of the logo. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis. I'm gone. Enjoy y'all day.